Welcome, everybody. It's been a hot minute. Am I loud?
No.
It seemed like I scared you or something right there.
No, I sniffled.
It's been a hot minute.
But I think I did it in the mic.
Yeah, we in the building. I am VA Verse, and across from me, as usual, is my beautiful wife Z.
You are listening to For Better or Worse.
Correct. Now,
this song or the beat just makes me feel like I need to talk sexy.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I feel like we gotta get real sexy.
Ain't
Yeah, this beat this beat might materialize into something. It's definitely gonna be our intro, but there might be lyrics put to it.
Yeah, so y'all will hear this from now on.
Yes, we stop playing music. If you guys like that, if you guys did like that and missed that, then we feel sorry. But
sorry.
Yeah, we gotta stop playing this shit. So welcome, guys. It's actually been a hot minute. If you keep up with the show, then you might notice that we haven't really skipped a beat. We still have we have dropped an episode each week since we started. But however, we started recording before we actually started releasing, so we had some jumps in the back burner in the archives ready to release. So we haven't actually sat here and recorded for quite a little bit. Mm-hmm. And that's due to some certain circumstances that we will touch on in another podcast.
At a later date. Yeah,
but this one we playing catch up because it's been a bunch of stuff happening out in the world, and we don't necessarily talk too much about stuff happening in the world, but it's been a lot of like really crazy shit going on. Mm-hmm. Where do you want to start?
Well, first I want to do a shout out to Folk, aka
to the fam.
Pretty Ricky. And
I don't appreciate you calling pretty.
That's why I don't call him Folk.
Yeah.
But I don't call him Pretty Ricky. It's just that okay, let me tell you how it happened. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you how it happened though.
Okay.
So
what happened was
he's always been reggae, like, cause he comes to, my cube and stuff, and I be seeing them and we be conversing. Right. And then there was this other dude, I keep forgetting his name, but he real cool, and he'll come and dap him up, but they like the dap is like 5 minutes long, so he'd be like slap, and they just like do this hand thing, and it's over and over and over, and they be talking, and they be like I got all loud at the workplace. I'm like, y'all, the black people at work, like shh. Anyway, so and then he'd be like, yeah, this Pretty Ricky, and when he said it, I was like, Pretty Ricky, what they call him, and it just kind of took off from there. Yeah. And then every time I saw him, I would think of the Pretty Ricky song, Pretty Ricky, and then I was just like a dance and all that. I wouldn't do it, but came he like fam now, so now I call him Folk.
Okay,
so that's how they came.
I thought Folk was like a thing too.
It's like kinfolk,
right?
I just call him Folk. And then shout outs to his beautiful wife, Shantae, Lady Tay, 80.
I don't know the number.
But Lady Tay, for sure. And they have a podcast called What's in Your Cup. So we will be doing a collaboration with them.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yes.
That's going to be fun.
So
I think what we want to do is like a cross episode. Basically, it's going to be an episode of What's in Your Cup and an episode of For Better or Worse. And it's going to be
wrapped in one.
It's going to be wrapped in one episode, and
so
it's going to be released
talking about,
on both sides.
Right. Talking about subjects out in the world, along with some relationship stuff. So they'll actually probably be our first guest?
Leah's our first guest.
Well, I mean, relationship wise, because they married.
Yeah.
So, but before we got into it, I just wanted to, give a shout out.
What up?
So,
all the way from Compton. No, they ain't from Compton.
Oh my gosh, I don't know, but they are from Cali.
Yeah, I don't think
over there. Oh my gosh, you've been singing this Cali song, or not Cali song?
Wop, like wop. Pop out that two shot.
Singing this song.
It's that white G.
All freaking day. Anyway, so we're gonna get started. We normally don't do a lot of the celebrity-ness.
Yeah, so we're gonna go through it, and we got an actual traditional For Better or Worse topic for you guys a little later on in the episode.
Right. So we're just gonna do this because we didn't, necessarily feel like going through all the stuff that we have been going through for the past. So we're just gonna touch on some things that's been happening.
Yeah, we got to release because we've been going through the storm, so it's like
man.
So it's like we gotta release. We're gonna talk about other people's shit. Other people's
right.
bullshit.
Okay, so where you want to go? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 topics.
Let's start with number 3. whatever your number 3 is on there.
The Kardashians.
Okay, that's cool. We'll start with that. That's light work. So basically, okay, go ahead.
So allegedly.
Oh, you got it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got it. So, yeah, go ahead. So, okay. So basically the topic is going to be about Tristan Thompson, Khloe Kardashian, and Kylie's best friend Jordan Woods. Mm-hmm. So apparently last year, Tristan Thompson allegedly, well, no, he was caught on video kissing a girl while Khloe was pregnant, as well as motorboating a women's boobies.
Yep.
But however, she did forgive him, in hopes that they moved on. So now, allegedly, he cheated, with Miss Woods. Apparently, Thompson I guess he had a party at his house.
Party. I think it was like an after party-ish type of thing.
And took everybody's phone and let everyone stay there at the house. So someone, they never said who they were, but someone had a writer, I guess, that worked on one of the blog sites. The writer was there at the party. And the writer says that, well, allegedly, the writer says that Tristan and Woods was, she was all on his lap and they was kissing and they was doing hookah together and all of that other stuff.
Cupcaking
like a mug. So he gets on the blogs and he's all like, no, it's true because my writer was there, blah blah blah. So of course, apparently, Khloe then is like, I'm done with this. So she breaks up with Tristan, and then of course, I guess her and Woods not friends no more, and then Kylie unfriended her on social media, but then maybe like a couple days later she friended her back, not sure if they're friends anymore. And so that's basically wrapped up what happened. So Woods did go on the Jada Pinkett Smith's Red Table Talk, and basically love that show. Jada Pinkett be doing her thing, her and the mama with her bomb body at however age she is.
Her bomb body?
Yes.
Her mom has a bomb body?
Her mom's body is she has like a placow 15 million pack in that stomach. Like she just be doing it.
Jada stay in shape too, right?
She do, but her mama got like abs for days.
She got yams? Does she have yams?
I don't know. I don't be looking at her yams, aka her booty. I don't be looking at her booty.
Okay. I'm just asking.
But I don't. No, I don't know. I just be looking at the stomach because my stomach is round like a keg. So I always, thank you, babe. But I always be looking at everybody's stomach. So I'm like, oh, her stomach's so nice and flat. So her stomach is bomb. And she took like some picture with like a bikini on.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, looking nice. Anyway, her and Willow and things like that. Anyway, she went on there on the Red Table Talk. And she said that she was not all over him. She was not making out with him. That it's all basically a lie. So it's just crime.
I thought she said that they did kiss on the show. She said they did kiss.
Well, the segment that I saw, she said we were not making out in front of everybody. I was not all over his lap.
Yeah, because I heard. I think on Red Table Talk, she said that she kissed him like on her way home or something. On her way home, I think she said she kissed him, or not on her way out of the door or something like that.
But was it like we macking like back in the day, like tongue, or was it just like a friendly brother kiss?
I don't know, because I think it was I think she said it was on the lips.
But see, that's the thing. That's still inappropriate because, if I'm leaving house, you don't see me kissing Dominique. I've been knowing Dominique forever, and I would never kiss him on the lips.
Now she said that. As far as addressing whether or not like she was sitting on his lap, like people were saying, she said that she had like her legs on him, like she wasn't sitting in his lap. She was sitting in a chair, not in the same chair as him, but had her legs on him. Now, is that a thing?
What, having your legs on him? No, I don't think that's bad.
Right.
I don't think that's bad. As far as like if y'all chilling, like let's say if I'm on my phone and I have my legs, if you're laying across the chair, like your butt's in the chair and then your legs are over one of the arms of the chair, and then one of your friends is sitting there, friends, brothers, whatever, and your legs are on him. I don't think that's a big deal.
Right.
Ain't no draws off. Right. Like my feet,
especially if it's below the knee.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. Like if y'all cool, that's just like my bro. That's just like saying, oh, when I, see folk at when we went to have drinks or whatever. It was like, oh, hey, quick hug, boom, whatever. That's friendly. Yeah. But
does this just feel like normal Kardashian drama?
It does, because I don't know how many people still watch the Kardashians.
They still go on,
but they've been going on for like 15 years. Yeah. So I don't know. That's just what's been going on. I mean, I personally think that it was very weird, the fact that he took everybody's phone, because
that's normal.
No. I think it's a little weird, only because you got caught up last time motorboating and kissing on camera, so you're like, nah, we gonna make sure.
It's normal for a celebrity to take phones.
I don't know. I just think it's weird. I just think that you knew that you was gonna do something inappropriate, so let me go ahead and take your phone.
I mean, yeah, and I mean maybe, but if you feel like, let's say for example, you having a party, a get together, and you got brands and you got stuff like that. Like say you got sponsorships or brands or somebody you work for that would maybe not feel so great about you if they knew you smoked weed, right? Now you at a party, but you chilling, you at your crib, you want to chillax, you want to do what you do, get how you get, without worrying about something getting back or this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. And you want to take the cameras away because you're gonna have pictures snapped of you if you just let people, people that come to your party have the cameras. So I think that as a celebrity, that is kind of normal. It can be suspect, like in Tristan's situation, maybe it was suspect, but it's not. I feel like it's not a thing. Like it's not a big thing when celebrities remove phones from a private event.
I mean, maybe not. I'm not all fancy smancy celebrity, so I don't know. When people come over to kick it, people have their phones. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. So perhaps I just think it's suspect, and now it's just like, oh yeah, well, while they was there, they was getting a little close, whatever.
You think Chloe should take them out?
Heck no. Mm-hmm. I mean, okay, I'm gonna say it like this. I will recant my heck no. Mm-hmm. Because I never want to really be like, you shouldn't take this person back regardless of what it is. Because there's a lot of stuff I feel like happens in a relationship that only you and that person know what goes on. We don't know how he cupcaking her at the end of the day. We don't know if anything is true. The only people that really know what happened is Tristan and Woods. Those are the only people that know. Yeah. I personally don't really like to say if someone shouldn't or should take somebody back. The only reason why I was quick with my heck no is because of the embarrassment. Right. Because he'd embarrassed her before when she was pregnant.
Right. And she was about to have a baby too.
Right. When she was pregnant and he was on video kissing, and now this is a family friend. So, I mean, if they do get back together, so be it. I mean, you never know what happens to someone's relationship. You never know the real story. I just don't want to see her embarrassed again by the same dude. Now, I've definitely been in the situation where the embarrassments come. It's just been over and over and over and over kind of thing. So it's like, maybe you shouldn't put yourself in that situation, but she love him. At the end of the day, she love him.
Chloe been around though.
They all been around. I'm just like, is y'all recruiting a black man? Like, everybody got little mixed babies?
The young ones ain't been around as much. Yeah.
I'm just like, is that just the thing to do with all the sisters? We just gonna get a mixed baby. Like, that's just is that what we doing? Everybody got a mixed baby.
It's Courtney.
Except
Courtney
for, yeah.
Courtney don't.
She was like, nah, we're gonna keep white meat.
Shout out Scott Disick. That's my guy.
I didn't like him.
I like Scott Disick. Let's move forward. No, before we move forward on that, you think that her and Kendall, or is it Kylie? Which one is her friend?
Kylie, the one that was super ugly before plastic surgery.
So Kylie's the one with Travis Scott.
Man, did you see her before plastic surgery? Gosh dang, she looked a mess.
You think?
Oh, horrible.
You're not supposed to be in here disrupting our flow, okay? If you go be in here as an audience member,
he is talking to Brett.
You need to be here as an audience member. She begged us to be in here as an audience member. She's interacting with us. No,
because she thinks I'm going.
You just live audience, okay?
Overboard with. No, her lips was hecka thin.
Yeah.
Like she was definitely the ugly. You know what? To be honest, a lot of them was ugly before plastic surgery. I mean, but right now, to me, they all look like clones. They all look like a clone version, except for Chloe. No, not Chloe. Except for Courtney. She still looks pretty natural. Mm-hmm. And the one that does the modeling, I think she's pretty. But all the other three, they look like just little clonettes of Kim and whoever she went to. They was like, oh, yeah, you got the same bone structure, so we're going to give you the Kim Kardashian. Like, it's just like... But Kylie, she really needed it because... Mm-hmm. Dang.
So you think that Kylie... has to end her friendship with the girl?
No, I don't think so.
Out of loyalty to her sister?
No? I don't think so. I mean, that's her friend at the end of the day. Like, you can't really destroy us. That's just like her. That's like saying, oh, well, do you think that her and Tristan gonna get back together? I feel as though it's a strong friendship. Mm-hmm. So I feel like
they grew up together.
Like even if it's like it's always bros before hoes. So the same thing with the girls. Like I don't know why she did what she did, regardless of what happened. Maybe she can really ask her just like, yo, what was you thinking? Like that's not cool. That's my sister. Blah blah blah. But she grew up with all of the Kardashians. Yeah. So I feel as though what she did was wrong. I feel like they should keep an eye on her, that they should feed her with a long handle spoon, but I don't feel like they shouldn't be friends with her. Dudes do it all the time. They be smashing and passing all the time, like nothing. Yeah. I just think that women should be able to do it too. So I don't think that they shouldn't be friends with her no more. I think what's her name, Kim needs to stop being petty, because allegedly she was all on the gram or whatever, being petty and saying little petty stuff. And it's just like, Kim, shut up. Because you done plenty of petty stuff with your crazy behind man over there, Uncle Tom and the president. Ain't it? You got your own stuff you need to deal with. Simmer down.
Okay, enough about Kanye Kardashian and the rest of the Kardashians.
Okay,
and Tristan Kardashian.
I just want to hurry up and touch base on this raggedy R. Kelly nonsense. I do not even want to give him too much time because he's kind of annoying me, even though I still listen to the hits. He personally is just getting on my nerves, and I just don't find it entertaining. First of all, we knew he was a piece of crap back in the day, back in the 90s. No, I don't. I find it annoying. I find it so aggravating, so annoying.
What I see in that interview, and people be like, he was crying and stuff like that. Those tears were real. They won't fake, but they won't because he innocent and people don't believe him. They because he know.
Yeah, he know that this is his last straw.
This is over. Like that's some tears of fear. You going to jail, brother?
So
they gonna get you this time.
Do a little backstory. So, R. Kelly was charged with 10 counts of sexual abuse. Now, for the last 2 decades, the R&B singer, he was accused of 14 counts of child pornography, which he was acquitted of. And then he was also charged with sexual misconduct. He married Aaliyah when she was 15. Mm-hmm. Then they were claims that he was controlling women in a cult-like atmosphere.
Hold on. That shit is entertaining, man. Did the nigga try to say y'all can't double jeopardy me? Nigga, these is different cases.
Moving on.
You been fucking up for a minute.
Listen, he was linked to the infamous sex tape that everybody saw him pee on the girl.
That everybody was committing felonies watching.
So now he's accused of aggravated criminal sexual abuse involving 3 victims. Allegedly, they were underage. Now, criminal sexual abuse carries a sentence of 3 to 7 years, and he's been charged with 10 of them jokers. Mm-hmm. So he can spend the next 30 to 70 years in jail. Now, I agree with you. I agree that those tears were real, but I believe that those are some desperation tears. I believe that he is now crying and upset because the walls is closing in and he is against the wall and nobody is believing him. For real? Bring a cup of water?
You hear it?
Yes, clearly.
Oh, okay, my bad. Okay, keep going, baby.
Yes, I would like some too. Thank you. But no, I believe that those tears was desperation. Those tears, he's backed into a corner. Ain't nobody believing him. His money running low. Paying off mofos is expensive.
Yeah.
And now, you know
running a crime ring.
That's another thing. Now, I'm not going to say that he is innocent. I'm just going to say that a lot of these people, because everybody's like, oh, well, they came after a certain length of time. Yeah, because he paid them off. And now that they're paid off, and now that the money running low, oh, yeah, me too. That was me too. Like, I feel like some of them, to be completely honest, sold their kids. That they knew that allegedly he was for all of this sexual trafficking and sexual abuse and pornography and all that other stuff. Some of them parents knew that and still allowed their kids to go over there in order to cut a check. And then once the money
came,
once the money stopped, yes.
My bad. I'm thirsty.
Once the money slowed up, then it's like, oh yeah, my kid was sexually assaulted too. Like, you can't, if you're gonna get played off, shut up.
Yeah, some of those parents was nasty. Even watching the documentary when they talked about the girl that was on the tape and everything when they was going through that, they need to blow that. When they was talking about going through the trial and how the parents was like, that wasn't her and all of that stuff, to the point where even the dad was like, they said he was still going on tour, like he was like a guitar player or something in R. Kelly's band, and he was still going on tour after the case and all that.
Was Sparkle's niece?
Yes. The girl on the tape, yeah.
That's that money. Sometimes it's like, oh, is it my kid or is it the money? What am I going to pick? Oh, she'll get over it, whatever the case may be.
That's
so,
sad.
You know, that's just how I feel. So I'm not going to give this case too much.
You think he's going to jail?
I don't know. It depends on how much money he got. Money talk. But with the Me Too movement on his behind, like wine on time, he could go to jail. And I mean, if they convicting Cosby, he probably I don't know if he gonna do some jail time, but he will be convicted, I believe. And I believe he know it. That's why he all desperation. Y'all killing me with it. All that. Just, you know that maybe he don't got enough money like he used to back in the day to, pay people off like he used to.
So the interview, Gale King, aka Gale Queen, aka Gale Composed, aka Gale Cold as Ice, aka Gale ain't got no veil. She see right through your ass, going straight to hell.
You can see through a veil too, by the way.
But that's the thing, that veil over your eyes. That's a phrase. Am I wrong?
If you were born with a veil over your eyes, you can see spirits.
Oh, right. Well, she could see his spirits,
child pornography
dead spirit demons.
What about Gale gonna take your hell, compose and all that? What about her?
I'm asking you. How'd you feel about the interview?
I didn't see the whole interview because I don't want to give R. Kelly too much shine. However, I loved that he was, oh, y'all killing me with that. He was all standing up and going off and yelling, and she was just legs crossed looking for Robert. Like, I loved it. I was like, yeah, she basically like, sit down. Ain't nobody believing your theatrical antics. Have several seats. Like, you gonna sit down, you gonna answer these questions, and we won't want to hear nothing else about it. I loved it. I was like, yes, you get him, Gale.
Do you feel like R. Kelly shouldn't be allowed to have the platform to be able to speak out?
Why not? I think everybody should have the platform to defend themselves.
Some people feel like we shouldn't even be giving him any airtime, any airplay. But I think that anybody would have. I think that, when some people try to maybe attack Gale and I think that's NBC that did the interview, like try to attack them as far as giving him the platform to speak out and stuff like that. I just feel like anybody would have taken that interview. He could have did that interview with anybody because anybody would have took that because it's good. You know what I'm saying? It's good content.
Publicity.
Right. And I feel like it was a good thing that it was where it was. Not saying that nobody else could have done a great job like that, but I'm glad we got a real interview. That was a real interview. That wasn't no one-sided, I'm just going to only ask the questions that he allows me to ask because I just want the interview. None of that. Like, I'm going to come up in here and I'm going to keep it real raw and uncut with you.
People going to say what they want to say regardless. Like, if she would have did the interview, they going to say something. When she did do the interview, they said whatever they want to say. If she didn't do the interview, they going to say something else. They just be talking about somebody else. I just think people going to say what they want to say regardless. So, I'm glad that Gale got that interview.
Shout out.
And F everybody else who don't like it.
Shout out Gale King. We ride with you.
Okay, well, that's enough about him.
There is a
can't stand talking about him.
Yeah, there is a Michael Jackson thing lingering around. Now I know that some people may be up to date on that. We are not, and we do want to talk about that, but I think we want to actually see this documentary that's out.
Yeah, so we're not gonna touch bases on that.
Yeah, so
too much.
We'll skip past that. Where you want to go next?
Okay, so
Neeson?
well, let's go to Jussie Smollett.
Jussie Smollett.
Now, allegedly, he was in Chicago in the wintertime. Mm-hmm. He said he was hungry around 2-3 in the morning. He went to Walgreens thinking it was 24 hours.
Subway.
He stated he went to Walgreens first.
Oh, okay.
Thinking that it was 24 hours, knew that Walgreens was closed. He stated that he was on the phone with his road manager or something like that. And then he decided to go across the street to Subway. Someone yelled Empire, and he stated that he don't answer the Empire. Then somebody was like F Empire. He turned around and was like, what you say? And they got into some words. It was hustling around back and forth. Then the attackers allegedly was running off, yelling MAG country, things like that. He said when he looked down, he noticed that there was a rope around his neck. Also, allegedly, they poured bleach on him, things like that. He was freaking out because there was a rope around his neck. With this, also, though, Jussie has refused to give police his phone. Because at this time, it stated that he was on the phone with, one person or another. They wanted to, check out his phone. He has refused, saying that he has a lot of important people's phone numbers in there. He don't want that to get leaked. He don't want, a lot of things that's in there, like his personal family members' numbers and things like that to get leaked. So he refused. Also, he is charged with disorderly conduct. I think it's 16 charges of disorderly conduct. Now, the police are stating that the scratches and things, because I think he also said that he sprained his collateral bone or something like that. I don't know what that is. But he stated, but the police are now saying that the injuries are self-inflicted. And they also have the check that was given to his attackers, as well as video of his attackers buying the things for the attack. And they're also testifying in front of a grand jury. So, also the police have stated that the reason why he hired the attackers is because he was unhappy with his Empire salary. So what do you think about those accusations?
I think that there is a very small chance of plausible deniability in this. Maybe Jussie could be telling us the truth.
He could be.
Possibly. It is possible. However, it's not looking good. And I want to say that if it is in fact true what the police claim that they discovered and everything, I don't know. It's hard to place him now. It's like, does he deserve to go to jail for this? Because for one, you're kind of playing with the racism card. It's like we already get told that we throw the racism card out too much. And you can't be pump faking. You can't be pump faking with the race card, and then you can't be pump faking with the gay card either. It's like, and then you filing police reports. You're going through all of this, and you wrote him a check, dude. Come on, man. Ain't Lucius taught you nothing?
No paper trail, homie.
Ain't Lucius taught you nothing?
My thing is that I hope and I do pray that this was real. It would be unfortunate that he had to have gone through this. That's a terrible, terrible thing to go through. You know, if that is the case, if he was beat up and noose around his neck and bleach and all that, that's horrible. You're right. It's not looking good. I hope that it was true. I mean, I don't know what to think, to be honest, because I mean, if this is a lie, like what, to me, it does go back to psychological. Like, why would you do all of this?
Attention's a hell of a drug.
Also, it is stated that, you know, there was some alleged, like, hate mail coming to him before this attack happened.
Yeah, they believe he sent that.
Right. They believe that he sent that to himself. Now, I mean, to be honest, he is a black man. Mm-hmm. Racism is high as a mofo in this country. And he's also gay. Now, would you really have thought twice? Normally, maybe he's thinking, you know, ain't nobody gonna think I'm gay. I'm a gay black man. Cops is killing black folk all the time. Gay people out here getting murdered all the time. Who gonna think twice about my story? Who gonna really be like, yo, you lying? You know, like, let's check into it. No, I would not have thought to check into the story either. But I'm guessing, I don't know if it was too much detail, you know, that you were trying to do and put out there. People was just like, who goes, like, maybe even Chicagoans. Is that what they're called? Chicagoans?
Maybe.
Maybe even they were like, because on that night that they was talking about, it was 20 below, and like, we don't even go out there. Yeah, so you not like, even from here.
People was like, yeah, it's hella cold.
We don't even go out.
Walking around at that temperature at 2:00 in the morning with bleach.
By themselves. So, I mean, I will say that.
Hoping that Empire niggas show up.
I will say that it does sound very fishy. I will say that. I hope that it's true. But I mean, if it's not, I think that we should look at the psychological, what he was thinking, what was going on in his mind. Do I think he needs to be convicted of it? No, I do not.
Think he need to go to jail?
No. Nope, because I feel like people around here do way worse. Like the lady that they found a baby with a noose around the baby neck. She was trying to kill it. Talk about, I was just stressed out. She got probation. They just be people out here blowing up churches and shooting people, and they be getting 2-3 years. No, I don't. I maybe it's wrong. Maybe I'm comparing his crime to other people's crimes, but a lot of people get off scot-free with crap. And I'm like, if he fibbed, and do I think he need to go to jail for it? No. Do I think he needs to fess up and tell the truth and get the help that he needs? Yes. If he is lying.
So you think there's, if it's true that he's lying, you think there's a mental illness?
I'm not per se saying that there's a mental illness. I do think that we need to figure out what exactly it was that made you go that far. Was it the money off of Empire that made you do all that? Was it something deeper? Were you not given the attention that you needed when you were a child? Like, what's the deeper root of why you would make such an elaborate lie like that and have everybody feel so sorry for you? Like, what is it? And it could be something mental. It could be anything. But what would make you do?
I think he wanted
all
attention.
Of that. Maybe, but
because like for you to immediately like go perform and talk about you the gay Tupac, talk about you the gay Tupac and all of that. It just seems like he wanted to be a martyr. Like, you know what I'm saying?
True, but I mean, though there are people with split personalities. There's people who are pathological liars, and
he got himself beat up.
Yeah, there's pathological liars. People, I mean, if a woman can rip open another woman's stomach to take her baby because she's been telling everybody that she's been pregnant, there's mental stuff that goes along with things like that. So I mean, who's to say? I'm not saying that he has any mental issues, but maybe that needs to be looked at, and I don't think jail is the place for him to go. And like I said, people do way worse and they get away scot-free. And I just don't think that he needs to go to jail. That's just my thing on it. I would be disappointed because he lied. But do I think he needs to go to jail? No, but I do think that he needs to fess up to his crimes and, apologize to the public, because a lot of people had his back. So, but I think that's that.
Terrence Howard was like, "Come on, man. You can't be out here acting crazy, man." No.
I can't deal with you. I can't.
One thing though, before we get off of that, I want to say that the LGBT community is extremely quiet about this subject.
It is weird because
it's tumbleweed. What's wrong with the baby?
Hold on, sorry.
What's wrong with the baby? She did something to herself, probably.
My poor baby, she's so accident
danger prone. Yeah.
We need to put her in a bubble. But you know, normally they be like,
yeah, they've been quiet about this. I think they waiting for
one to mess with.
I think they waiting for it to be finished.
Yeah, so then they can go off. Like if he's found not guilty, I think they're gonna be like, rah. But if he is, it's like, okay, moving on. We don't have anything. I'm what's up with y'all? Where y'all at? Like we want to hear from y'all. Any other time they be out there.
Yeah. What is y'all deal with him? So wow, so she in there falling off of boxes. But yeah, LGBT community definitely need to speak up because I think we really, really want to know what's going on with y'all. Really, really, really want to know what y'all thinking and how y'all feel about it because he one of us, but he one of y'all too.
Right.
So, well, we'll see.
I just think people just be so quick to call somebody a liar. Like, shut up. Let us see what happened, and then we'll
the evidence is out there. Plus the two guys are confessing. They're talking.
Yeah, I bet they is.
Yeah, he ain't paying that much. Yeah.
He didn't pay him that much. 32 to share.
Yeah.
Stop being cheap.
Yeah.
Okay.
He ain't pay me by check, fool. Gotta wait 3 days.
Not all the time.
I'm just playing.
We got 2 more topics, but I know that you wanted to
What's
talk.
The 2? Oh, the one of the main one. Okay.
So, you want to do that one first? Or you want to do that last one I got?
Liam Neeson.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, you gonna tell the story on that one?
Okay. Well, Liam Neeson. This happened a little while ago, but we never touched up on it, and we wanted to touch up on it because I know a lot of people have heard a bunch of takes on this, but we have a take that we probably feel is a little unpopular. But Liam Neeson was on a show doing an interview, and I think he was promoting a new movie that he had coming out. And he was telling them about a story. He was telling them a story about when he was angry to the point where he wanted to kill somebody, and he had to, get over it himself. So he told a story about one of his friends telling him that she had gotten raped, and she was really broke up about it. And he asked her, if she knew the guy. She said no. Then he asked her, what ethnicity he was, and she said it was a black guy.
Of course.
Yeah, so it said it's a black guy.
Rosewood in him.
So he was infuriated and found himself walking around with what he called a kosh, which I don't know what it is.
It's a crowbar.
It's a crowbar. So he found himself walking around the streets with the crowbar, waiting for any, quote, black bastard to come out and start some shit with him so he can kill him. Now, the black community got in a big uproar about this. However, if you don't know, me and Simone both are black, and me and Z both are black. And honestly, I just feel like everybody has moments where they may think some crazy shit. Until you act that crazy shit out, or it actually formulates into something, it's just a crazy thought. Like, I never thought of robbing a bank before. I thought of robbing a bank before. How would I do it? I would and then Guess who ain't never robbed no bank in their life? So I'm not a bank robber, right?
Right. Crazy things do pop into people's heads. That doesn't necessarily mean that they act on them.
And it wasn't like it was for no reason.
Yeah, and I guess people are more upset. My thing about this is I feel like people don't listen to the entire story of things. They pick and choose. It's like the Bible. They pick and choose what they want to listen to, and they run with it. They run like smoking Flojo, just be gone with it. Now, maybe it bothers people that he actually was walking around with the crowbar, ready. I wish a nigga would kind of attitude. Waiting for somebody to say something to him so that he could beat somebody up. And luckily, no one got hurt from that situation. Now, my thing is that, was he wrong for walking around looking for black people to beat up?
Yes.
Yes. I agree that he was wrong. Do I believe that it was racist? No. I don't believe it was racist because I believe that if it was an Irish man, if it was a British man, if it was a little Asian man, if it was Italiano, if it was anybody, that would have been the person that he was looking for. I think he was trying to avenge his friend.
And I also believe he used whatever she described him as. If she would have said he was tall, he was like 6'5", he would have been out there looking for anybody that was 6'5", so he could beat their ass. So, like I said, again, I think he was trying to defend his friend, and there was irrational thought and mind state to be in based off of anger. I've been angry and have lashed out and done crazy things. I've, never killed nobody just to lash out or nothing like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's done crazy things and everybody's had crazy thoughts. He didn't actually follow through with this. So to me, I don't feel like it's racist. And he actually acknowledged in saying these things that he was wrong.
There is a quote from him, and it does say that if she had said an Irish or Scot or Brit or Lithuanian, I know I would have felt the same effect. I was trying to show honor and stand up for my dear friend in this terrible medieval fashion. So, like you stated, that, regardless of what the person looked like, whoever the person was, it just so happened that he was a black man. If she won't try to rosewood him, if y'all don't know what rosewood is, it's a movie back in the day where this lady was getting her rocks off by a white dude, and her husband was coming home, and she was getting her rocks off by this white dude. He beat her up. And a couple people around town found out, and she called and said that he was a black dude, and it wasn't. So she lied, and then they ended up killing the whole town of Rosewood because of this lie. And then finally, I think the elder of the community came out and said that no, he was white. I was there. I'm the housekeeper, and they shot her too. But then they started thinking, we done killed all these black folk. Do you really think it was somebody white? And of course, by this time you done killed a lot of people. You can't just be like, maybe we was wrong. We ain't gonna say we was wrong. And spoiler alert, by the end of the movie, the husband realized that she was lying, and he beat the brakes off her. But anytime, she got beat up again. But anytime a white person says that it was a black person, I always think of that movie. I will always think of that movie. Or the Emmett Till case where he allegedly whistled at the white lady, and then on her deathbed, I just want to say that he was lying. Pull the plug. Anyway, so yes, back to Liam. I don't think that he was being racist at all. I think that he understands what he wanted to do was wrong, and he didn't go out. Nobody was hurt. So I think that the black community needs to get themselves together.
And I bet he saw black people when he
exactly. I'm pretty sure that he didn't go out for a whole week and then see.
And he also said he was looking for a black guy to come out and start something with him.
Exactly.
So that was very specific, not just I want to see a black person and just
right. As soon as I see him, it's on sight.
Like walk that person and just be like, "Hey, bitch! Oh no, you didn't call me bitch. Bow, you did." You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I just don't. We view it differently.
People just pick and choose what they want to hear about the story. The only thing that they heard was he was going around with a crowbar looking for a black man. Not that his friend was raped at this time. Not that he was looking for a specific black man, and not that he was looking for someone who was going to start mess with him. See, these are 3 points that they're not right, but these are 3 points of the story. So people just need to get their facts straight. But I don't blame Liam, and I'm still gonna be watching Taken 1, 2, and 3, or anything else that he come out with.
We're gonna watch Taken right after this.
Taken is a bomb movie, and I'll be trying to figure it out and liking it and doing stuff. So for our last topic, we have
our real topic.
No, our last topic. Well, and then we have the other one. I added one more.
Oh, you added one. Okay.
Yes. So we're gonna talk about Pastor John Gray and Pastor Aventer Gray. Now, for the record, I love their church, Relentless, and I am a member online. Just became one today. Woo woo. But apparently, there has been a little bit of a scandal as far as Pastor Gray. Now, allegedly, the pastor had an affair with some woman, and she apparently leaked some of the voice messages from him. And the voice messages basically was like, oh, I'm in your town and you're not going to see me and I sold season to you, blah, blah, blah. So there was some stuff going around, like she was pregnant and all this and all that. So they went on the reel recently. Mm-hmm. He said that the affair was like a year ago. Also, he stated it was an emotional affair and that they did not have sexual relations. Mm-hmm. And, you know, at the end of the day, his wife is standing with him. Now, he has been dragged through the mud. Why? Because he a pastor. I'll say my take on it last, but what do you think about this? And, you know, let me tell you one more thing. He's also getting dragged because when the Lamborghini truck came out, he bought his wife a Lamborghini truck as well.
I'll start on the latter one and just say that I don't trip off of like some of these pastors, these mass church pastors that, you know, have a bunch of great things and stuff like that. Church is a business a lot of times. Religion is a business a lot of times, and there's money to be made. Especially to me with the mass churches where they're being played on TV, anything else that's on TV, people make money off of it. If I'm right. So just as much as you may have a sitcom where the main character is probably going to have the highest payroll, just like you're going to have a basketball game that comes on TV, the best players have the highest payrolls. Like any of this stuff, when it's being used in an entertainment form or it's being pushed out there like that, commercials and stuff like that, advertising, all of that stuff rakes in money. So I don't want to hear really people talk about these mega church pastors with a lot of money. Yeah, that is a business, and that business has a net worth, and that there's a face of that business. That's the pastor. The pastor should be being paid. When you have this amount of people following you, it's the way of this country, it's the way of this world. So I don't really trip on stuff like that. Like, because you're a pastor, you don't need money. You don't need to be paid. Like, you don't need to be compensated. People can be making millions of dollars off of the words that you speak, but not you. Okay, no, let's not do that. Secondly, about the affair situation, I'm not quite sure what it exactly is that you're asking me about this. But, I mean, I just feel like as far as them as a couple, like, you know, if that's something that they can work through and that they can get past and she can forgive him for, and he can continue on in his marriage and not make those same mistakes, then, you know, let God be with them and help them, you know, fix their relationship and let it blossom and flourish from there on out.
Now, my take on it is, first and foremost, I mean, you're right. He is a pastor. You get paid for being a pastor, for pastoring the church. Now, he's getting dragged by, of course, probably a lot of people who don't go to church. A lot of people who just like, oh, he ain't saying that church people, blah, blah, blah. He's probably getting dragged by a lot of them. Now, I've seen some YouTube where people just like, he need to step down, and he is embarrassing the church, and he, you know, this is why this and this is why that, and, you know, he is a man of God and he ain't supposed to have no flaws. Like, let me tell you something. At the end of the day, he is still a man. Not saying that he has the right to do it. Because, yes, people hold you at a higher standard because you do preach the word of God. You're supposed to be living the word of God. But let me tell you, Sister so-and-such or Mr. so-and-such or whomever's out there judging this man, I'm pretty sure that you cuss, you smoke weed, you have sex, and you not married. If you are married, I'm pretty sure that you cheated before. You have done a whole bunch of stuff. So let's not nail him on the cross as if he's Jesus. He did not come here without sin. Mm-hmm. He is not sinless. Mm-hmm. So what he did was wrong, whether it's emotional or physical. Yes, absolutely. It's an embarrassment to his wife, to his family, to his congregation. So yes, he was wrong. But how dare you string him up on the cross, he need to step down. He is wrong. This is why I don't follow church people at all. Your friend is probably pop locking on the handstand and then going into the church next day and that's fine. Or you come right out of church cussing and going off to the kids, talking you MF for this, you MF for that. Like, let's be real. A lot of people are not living the same way that they're speaking. Not saying that is right, but we're all have sinned. We all have come short of the glory of the Lord. All of us, because the only perfect person was Jesus. That's it. So while everybody is sitting there and judging him, I think that they're wrong. Absolutely. Now, he not only gets paid from being a pastor, he has a book out. He has a show on OWN. His wife has multiple degrees. They have money. They probably have money before even he started pastoring, or who knows where they get their cash flow in. But as soon as somebody has money, they automatically say, he's stealing from the church. They sow a lot of seeds. They sow seeds into people. They sow seeds into businesses. They have money because have anybody ever thought that if they sow seed into somebody else that they won't get a seed sown back into them? That people don't sow seeds into them, not necessarily the church, not necessarily, he's skimming off the top because he got a new car. Shame on you. Why can't someone just have their money legitimately? No, you can't bowl because you were the pastor and you got a new car. You got to be skimming from the church.
Do we even know if that car was bought straight out?
Well, he did make a video and he told them that was money from his book. That was money from all this other stuff, that his side hustles that he has going on. That was absolutely no money from the church. And I believe him. And that's none of your business. Why are you over here counting this man's money? If you don't follow his church, then it has nothing to do with you.
There are some scandalous pastors out there, I'm sure.
There are that always got the building fund.
There are some scandalous pastors out there, and that goes for every level. That goes from the neighborhood church level all the way to the mass church level.
Yeah.
So there's scandalous pastors out there, but you can't just say because a pastor got something nice, they skimming off the top. I know other people that ain't pastors that
skimming off the top.
I mean, not even just skimming off the top, that got nice stuff. What does that mean? They skimming off the top or something?
Right. But I mean, there's plenty of people out there that's skimming off the top.
What's DJ Envy skimming off the top of?
Exactly. There's, it's just annoying. But as far as his infidelity, his wife is standing beside him. And when they even did it within their church, she got up there and she was like, yeah, was I mad? Yeah. Was it embarrassing? Yeah. Did he have to sleep on the couch? Yeah. At the end of the day, she's still a woman, but she's a woman of God. She went to the Lord and she prayed and thought about it and she decided to take him back. You don't have to wake up or go to sleep in that situation.
Right.
Which means that all of the judgments that they're receiving is unwarranted. And just like the Khloe Kardashian thing, I cannot say, oh no, she shouldn't have took him back. Oh no, this is horrible. I've been on that side of the fence before. And, people will think, oh, well, why would you stay? Why would you do this? Why would you do that? At the end of the day, she loves him. At the end of the day, that's her husband. That's not just her boyfriend. That's her husband. And, a lot of the things was, she's grown accustomed to their lifestyle. Maybe. But at the end of the day, that may be just her husband. And she wants to keep her family together. And she knows that what God has said. And you take vows for better or worse. That doesn't mean, he cheated. That's the worst. Now, okay, so what happens when he gets sick? That's the sick. Guess he got divorced. No. So I don't like the comments. I like the church. I like their church. Their church is always, I think they are spirit filled and the truth, they anointed. And I just think that people shouldn't be so judgmental from talking about a pastor, but yet you judging them. What does that look like? So, but that was my last cast the first stone, and they got their rocks ready as if they Jesus. Jesus ain't hiring. He don't need no help. He don't need no help from you.
He don't need no clones. He don't need no assistants.
Gosh, people just ridiculous.
So, you know what? Let's save that topic for another time.
Yes, because we have
54 minutes here, and I think it'll be nice to just go ahead and fade this out in an hour like we usually intend to, but we don't. So leaving with love. I'm going to start. I'm going to say that I love it. I love it that you are there to pick me up when I'm down. Our current debacle, and it's been ups and downs for me. And I really like it that when I'm down and at my lowest, you're there to say, baby, it's all right. Baby, we got this. I got your back, and you're there to lift me up and wipe my tears and blow my nose and pat me on the back and pour me some 5-hour energy drinks so you can give me some more boost energy. I don't drink 5-hour energy drink. I don't know what else. But yeah, I really love that you're there to pick me up when I'm down. You're my upliftance. You don't tell me the same thing.
Basically, I mean, because I've had, with a lot of the things that have been going on, again, we'll talk about it in another later podcast. I am normally not a crier. Mm-hmm. I don't normally cry too much, but with this last debacle, it broke me down. Mm-hmm. Like, it broke me down to my brake shoes, and I was glad that you were there for me, and you kept watching me. Mm-hmm. And watching me, and just to make sure that I was okay. But I love the way you love me, and it gets bigger and stronger every day. And you don't just say it, you show it. You show me that you love me. You tell me that you love me. You show not only me but the family of how much you're there and how much you care. And I think my ending with love would be, I just love the way that you love me. And now that we're in these tough times, and I've gotten it like, how are you guys? Like, how are you guys handling this? Mm-hmm. And tough times have never been a problem for us. No. Like, as far as like,
this is one of the toughest.
Right. I will agree with that. But like, when things like the fire and things like that, we don't really shy away from the tough times, so this is only making it stronger. But again, I will say that I really love the way that you love me and the way that you've been showing that you love me. It's very attractive.
Thank you, baby. Thank you, audience. Thank you, audience. Well, that is it for us. Look at us. 57 minutes and 30 seconds. Look at us in an hour.
But what I will say is, what I love to do, my favorite pastime, is to...
Oh, Lord.
Well, I'll call Verse while he's at the station, and he always seems to put me on speaker. Always. And I'm just like, I'm going to say something inappropriate.
That's a faithful man thing. Like, faithful men, if y'all out there, y'all know black men don't cheat. And we just talked about like two black men cheating. But yeah. So any faithful men out there, y'all know what it is.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
sorry about that. Brett's man that knocked over the
we had 1 minute left and she fucked it up in 1 minute.
Anyway, but no, when he's
my mic's all fucked up now. You guys feel like I'm far away from you guys now? Can you hear me? My mic's fucked up. All right, I'm gonna hold it like this as we wrap up this show.
But really quick, when he's at the station and I'll call him or he'll call me, he'll always be like, okay, I got you on speaker. And my favorite pastime is I'm like, I'm on speaker, so I'll say whatever I have to say, make sure that I don't put too much of my business out there. But then I'll end it with like, so fun. Or, go ahead and shake it for my daddy. Like, it's just so fun for me because he gets so embarrassed, and I love it. So that's my favorite pastime. But I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Yeah, but anyways, like I was saying, answering the phone on speakerphone is something that us faithful men do. Let you know that I can answer this on speakerphone. You ain't hiding you from nobody.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, that could,
you know.
I appreciate that. So I love that too. Oh, babe. All
well,
right, guys.
I am Faithful Verse, and across from me is my beautiful, wonderful, conquering, empowering, enthusiastic, loving wife, Z.
Yeah. And you've tuned into For Better or Worse.
See you guys next week.
Bye, guys. Thank you, Brett. It's me.
Peace and love. Yeah.